Hey guys, welcome to the Gods Unchained beta with the Professor. Alright, it's time for our Monday Mythic meta for the ranked weekend event that ran on February 11th, 12th, and 13th. Let's take a look at our results. Alright, here's a list of our top 20 players. We can see that first and second took 24 wins, one off a perfect run. We have 7 players with 23 wins, rounding out the top 9. We have several players tied at 22 wins. We'll have to wait and see when the official results are published who gets the 10th spot. One call out here. I managed 23 wins this weekend, coming in third place unofficially. Let's see if I can hold on to third place and get those extra prizes. Let's go into more details. For our top 10, War took first, 5th, and 10th. Death took 2nd, 6th, and 8th. I played Nature, coming in 3rd. Magic took 4th and 7th. And Light took 9th place. We see about 6 players played Control and 4 players played Aggro. For our top 20, 8 players played War, 6 players played Death, 3 players played Magic, 2 players played Light, 1 player played Nature, and there were no Deception players in the top 20. For our wins, War and Death took 24 wins each. Magic, Nature, and Light managed 23 wins, and the Best Deception deck managed 22 wins. For our deck types, we can see that 13 players in the top 20 played a Control deck, with 7 players playing an Aggro deck. Let's take a look at our top decks in more detail. Our 24-win War deck was a Control War deck with the Valka's Presence God Power. You have your strong early game here with Master Tactician, Tavern Brawler, Pyramid Warden, Audi, Raid Reveler, Magic Missile Launcher, and Viking Longship. You have your board clears, counterplay, and removals with Carnage Sweep, Orcish Elite, Herdicus, Soul Survivor, and you have your top end with Demogorgon, Hector, Strength in Numbers, and Avatar of War. Our best death deck managed 24 wins. This one's a Control death deck with the Blood Ritual God Power. You're looking for your stall, removal, and ramp cards early on. You have Siren of the Grave, Sulfuric Rain, Eva, Baroness of the Dead, Fanatic and Canoom. You have your Void interaction cards with Half-Life, Nephru's Kopesh, Canopic Hoarder. And then you have your removal cards with Nephru, Reap, Apocalypse Now, End Times. And then you have your top end cards with Demogorgon, Polyhymnia, and Hippocrates Monster. Our top nature deck managed 23 wins. This one's an Aggro nature deck with the Animal Bond God Power. You have the strong nature 1 mana cards with Low Hanging Fruit, Chiron, and Marshwalker. Followed that up with several strong 2 mana cards, Black Jaguar, Canopy Barrage, Faithfane Blade, Finian, Underbrush Boar, and Pyramid Warden. You have your value cards with Celestial Stag, Selena, Avatar of Nature, Brazen Moose, and then you have your top end of Falling Star, Giant Pangolin, and The Hunt. This nature list is similar to the nature list video that I created a few weeks ago, so if you're interested in seeing some gameplay, feel free to check out that video on my channel. Our best magic deck finished with 23 wins. This one's an aggro magic deck with the Mage Bolt God Power. You have a low curve here, focusing on cheap removals and creatures. Ancient Text, Assistant Alchemist, Flying Carpet, Form of Power, Shadow Scryer, Star Shard Bolt, Tracking Bolt. You have strong magic cards like Demetrios, Palace Wand, Vortimar the Volatile, All-Seeing Spire, Miraculous Familiar, Oni Spellsword, and Palace. This deck tops out a 4 mana with 2 copies of Worm Breath, cutting out the Epiphany that usually is seen at the 6 mana slot, and also this list cuts out the Monolith of Storm at the 5 mana slot. So this looks to be a budget list that hopefully is accessible for more players. Our top light deck finished with 23 wins. This one's an aggro light deck with the Summon Acolyte God Power. You have the bulk of the cards at the 1 and 2 mana slot. You have several strong 1 mana cards like Blind Martyr, Empyrean Pacifist, Devoted Follower, Vanguard Axewoman, Olympian Guard, Bright Mage, Lights Levy, Radiant Dawn. And then you have strong mid-game cards like Master of Indulgence, CERN, Canonize, and the top end of Asterius. Our best deception deck managed 22 wins. This one's an aggro deception deck with Orpheus Distraction for the God Power. You have your strong 1 mana plays with Orfeo, Patient Pickpocket, Switch Duelist, Armored Lurker, the Hollow. You have some strong mid-game cards and control cards like the Satyr Hypnotist, Counterfeit, Lady Marcella, Ludius Dedicant, and you have your top end of Lantern Bound Fae and the Guild Enforcer. Taking a look at our meta snapshot for the ranked weekend at the Mythic level, we can see that War is at the top with 50% win rate, along with Death. War is a big representation at 22%, and Death is decent representation at 10%. War is strong versus Death and Light, while Death has positive matchups over Nature, Deception, and Magic. Nature also sports a positive win rate, and at 32% representation, Nature is looking strong versus War, Deception, Magic, and Light. Close to a 50% win rate, Deception and Magic at 49%, with roughly the same representation, 13% for Deception and 12% for Magic. At the bottom, we see Light with the lowest win rate at 48% and the lowest representation at 8%. Looking at our top 10 scoreboard, updated results from last week. Biggest change here is Nakarub jumping up 20 places to 4th place. That's his second top 10 finish, giving him a total of 11 points. We have a new entry here, last week's first place finisher, Forte Dandy. Another new entry coming in second, Lion King, roars into 10th place. Wes making his top 20 appearance at 15, coming in 3rd last week. Another new entrant, James Watt, coming in 4th last week. And lastly, coming in 5th place last week is Sifu. Alright, here's a list of our top players again. Congratulations on a great weekend, and good luck on your prizes when you receive them later this week.